Intro. Did you know that a team of sled dogs once became the unsung heroes who rescued an entire town from certain doom? This incredible tale of courage, determination, and trust takes us to Nome, Alaska in 1925. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at sled dogs the same way again. Built-up background. The story begins in the remote, frosty town of Nome, an isolated community surrounded by hundreds of miles of unyielding Alaskan wilderness. In the early 20th century, Nome relied heavily on supplies brought in through teams of sled dogs during the harsh winter months. In those days, the tiny settlement was at the mercy of nature, and its remoteness was both its charm and its curse. In January 1925, Nome found itself on the brink of catastrophe. A deadly outbreak of diphtheria, a highly contagious and often fatal respiratory disease, struck the town. The tiny Nome hospital only had a few doses of the diphtheria antitoxin, and they were quickly used up. Without the antitoxin, it was feared that the outbreak would devastate the townsfolk and spread even farther into nearby settlements. This was a true race against time. The nearest available life-saving antitoxin was over 674 miles away in Anchorage. Travel options and challenges. With aircraft mainly grounded due to the extreme cold and lack of proper landing facilities, and with roads non-existent in this frozen wilderness, the only viable option was to rely on sled dog teams running the length of the arduous journey. Here's the incredible part. Rather than have a single team carry the serum the full distance, authorities devised a daring plan, a relay system where multiple mushers and their sled dogs would each complete segments of the journey. The operation became known as the 1925 Serum Run, or more famously, the Great Race of Mercy. It was humanity's wits and canine endurance against nature's icy wrath, setting stage for the race. The journey was not for the faint-hearted. 20 dog teams were recruited to partake in this harrowing mission. If you think sledding is all fun and games, think again. These sledders and their dogs battled monstrous blizzards, temperatures plunging to 60 degrees in Fuas and 51 degrees, and brutal winds that reduced visibility to near zero. One of the standout figures in this remarkable tale was Musher Leonhard Sepala and his lead dog, Togo. Sepala's task was one of the most grueling legs of the journey, 264 miles, by far the longest and most treacherous stretch. Togo, an experienced and intelligent leader, guided their team unfailingly through obstructive conditions, proving himself a heroic figure in the process. Middle of the journey. Another noteworthy entry in this saga was Gunnar Carson and his lead dog, Balto, who carried the serum through the final leg to Nome. Balto's name has since become synonymous with the Great Race of Mercy, although Togo arguably clocked more of the tougher miles. Speaking of Balto, his team arrived with the serum on time, delivering it to the awaiting crowds in Nome on February the 2nd at around 5:30 a.m. after a 5.5-day journey that involved 674 grueling miles of frozen terrain. Let that sink in for a moment. Importance of the race. The successful delivery of the antitoxin was a triumph of both human ingenuity and the exceptional capabilities of sled dogs. It saved countless lives and remains one of the most celebrated examples of teamwork and perseverance. The 1925 Serum Run has since been remembered as a shining moment in the annals of history, proving just how powerful the bond between humans and animals can be. Reflective note. While Balto became the public face of the Great Race of Mercy, earning a statue in New York's Central Park, many argue it was Togo who was the true hero of this saga. Togo's journey was notably longer and exposed him to some of the most severe conditions. In modern-day Nome and among sled dog historians, Togo is celebrated for his pivotal role in the serum's delivery. Benign as it might appear, This little piece of history teaches us what resilience, trust, and collective human and animal effort can accomplish. Ending hook. And now that you know this inspiring story, I bet you'll never see sled dogs as just working animals, will you? So the next time you're walking your dog or hear of sledding adventures, think back to the great race of mercy. Sled dogs aren't just cool, they're lifesavers. If you enjoyed this hidden gem of history, hit that like button and share this with someone who loves dogs or inspiring stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more incredible tales from history that deserve to be remembered. Who knows? Maybe you'll learn something new about the world in the next video. Meanwhile, let us know in the comments below. Was Togo or Balto the bigger hero in your opinion? We'd love to hear your thoughts.